Speed work is super important for runners, we know that, but it can be really hard on the body and dangerous to attempt. So today we're going to talk about how to prepare for that speed work. We got my boy Mike Olszynski, who's going to be walking us through the paces. Coach Nate here for the Running Experience. You know me already. Let's get into today's video. All right, so preparing for speed. This is like the fun, super sexy workout that everyone wants to do, that everyone wants to jump into, but it's also a one-way ticket to some overtraining or some injury if you don't really get to it properly. So what we're gonna talk about today is just getting your body prepared for speed, for the speed workouts. We'll give you 3 really good tips or pointers to get ready for it. And the first one that I would like to talk about, which I think is the most simple and possibly the most relevant, is called running a stride or strides, okay? So strides are something that gets thrown around a lot, but the way I see them as being useful is it's a way to over-recruit the muscles and the systems that you want to then function later when you're doing some of your more intense or bigger speed workouts, all right? The way I see strides looking is it's about 15 to 20 seconds where you're working on a really high turnover, you're really moving the shoulders, getting your arm swing connected, and building yourself up to an effort that you're kind of touching the ceiling of a pace that you might want to hit later on, okay? It's not a sprint. We are not sprinters. This is really good for form. And a good way to really get into it is just toss it at the end of all your runs. There's no reason you can't just toss it in at the end of a 20-minute jog, a 30-minute run, maybe a 45-minute trail run. Start out doing 4 strides, about 20 seconds per, with a minute rest in between or 30 seconds in between, depending on your comfort level. And then over the course of a week, add it up to 6. You might even go up to 8 or 10 if you're really more fit or able to handle a little bit more. One thing I even do to tweak it a little bit is get it on a nice soft surface or soft grass and do it barefoot. Again, starting out really slow with those ones and being really comfortable with it, but it's a nice way to make your body bomb-proof, make the lower leg bomb-proof, and then we can go into doing some more speed-specific things after that. All right, so in preparing for speed, we had strides as number 1. Number 2 is getting some drills that you can be vigorous with. Like I see a lot of people going through kind of the basic shuffles and skips and high knees, and it just kind of looks like they're doing it programmed because they've seen it in the book or a magazine. But when we prepare for speed, if we really want to get up to some fast and intense work, we have to take our drills pretty seriously. So the ones that I really like to lean on and rely on are skips. So we got the A skips, and once you're good at A skips and then moving into a B skip, there's a lot of variations that we can do from there, where we maybe are skipping for horizontal distance, or maybe we're skipping vertically for power, or maybe we're skipping fast or skipping backwards. I really like all these variations on skips. So it's one that you can get really intense, get vigorous, get the hamstrings, glutes, quads, hip flexors, calves really fired up, and you're prepared. The second that I really like and really gets you into some faster work is going with fast feet, but not just fast feet for a couple of yards. What we like to do is get fast feet going for about 15 yards or meters, and then turn that into fast high knees. Okay, so a lot of times you'll see people do one or the other, and they kind of do it nonchalant. When we're doing fast feet into fast high knees, it becomes really vigorous. You're getting your heart rate up, you're getting your body warm and prepared, and it's a great thing that you can progress and do. So fast feet into not high knees, but fast high knees. All right, so the third and final concept in getting our body truly prepared for speed is relying on different terrain. And some of you have probably heard this at this point, that strength is the new speed, or hills are the new speed. And I don't think that's a new concept at all. I think it's been around forever and ever, but it's highly true. It's very true. I like to use hills for weeks before we even approach a real speed workout. So it's like, when you do run fast, when you are running with high speed, you have to realize that your body plus acceleration due to gravity down can give you 5 to 9 times your body weight into a single leg at one time. All right, so if we start with slightly lower forces, that would be running up a hill. So we're not going into the ground, into each foot with quite as much times your body weight. Each step's a little bit higher, so it's reduced slightly. It's a great way to still work very hard. So your heart rate will go sky high. You'll be preparing that for speed work. We're also getting the muscles prepared by using glutes and good extension through the hips. And then lastly, it's a nice way to get used to the layout of a speed session, all right? So a good example on using terrain and using hills is start simple. Start with maybe I'd say maybe 6 times 30 seconds, where you're getting double the amount of time for rest, so a minute. So go 6 times 30 seconds, kind of blasting up a hill, really conscious of posture, arm drive, and hip extension, and then work your way up the ladder in that one. Maybe you go 6 times 45 seconds, which is really hard. It sounds easy on paper. That's a very, very difficult session if you're doing it with intensity. You might work up then to 6 times a minute with 2 minutes jogging down. From there, you can kind of regress and maybe go 8 times 30 or 8 times 45. You can go up to 8 times a minute. And if you're really an all-star and you really want to kick it, you can go up to 10. And you'll be feeling that. You'll be feeling that. That'll be a comfortable stimulus, to say the least. But use the terrain, use the hills, use some soft surfaces. And then once you've done that for 3 or 4 weeks, you'll be ready to bring it down to the flats. Prepare for speed.
I'm super. Didn't try, but it wasn't. All right, Mike, you ready?
Yes.
So, Mike, what should they do if they enjoyed this video?
They should probably find the little like button and go click.
It looks like this.
Like, oh, this
that
one.
Guy right down below.
Uh-huh.
Of course, guys, if you have any comments or questions on this video as well, drop that down below. We always love to have a little conversation there. Maybe we'll get Mike in there too and answering some of your questions. Subscribe to our channel too, guys. We got new videos coming out each and every week. And if you have not been on our Quick Start program, well, sign up today. It is totally free. In the description, there's a link that will take you to a page where all of a sudden you just drop your name and your email. You'll get 2 weeks of some of our best run tips, strength exercises, and injury prevention exercises as well to make you a better runner. Guys, we're gonna keep filming. See you in the next one.
Adios.